for a while, everyone was looking for the next Josh Allen. That guy who, didn't really have much experience, but he had raw tools and wasn't that accurate, but you could coach him up, and you're going to turn him into the next Hall of Fame quarterback. Now, it seems like a lot of teams have tried and failed, including the 49ers maybe. Anyway, now all of a sudden there's a new style of quarterback out there. The guy who's right under your nose, who's been playing a ton of football, who's not that physically gifted, but he's experienced and poised and mature. Is our team suddenly going to be like flipping what they look for in quarterbacks and going to be looking for like the finished product all of a sudden?
You know who absolutely is sitting in his dorm room doing freaking cartwheels over Brock Purdy is Jake Haener for Fresno State.
Yes.
Because he's a guy who played a lot of college football.
All of a sudden, I'm not too old.
Yeah,
I'm what they're looking for.
Jake Haener, he's 6'1". That's plenty big. I'm an inch taller than Brock. No, I think it comes down to Brock you've always needed to have a feel. The question is, are you born with it or is it coached into you? And for every Joe Montana who it almost seemed like he was born with it, going back to Ringo High School, Notre Dame, some of the comebacks, it still needed to be refined by Walsh. I get the feeling like Steve Young is more of a pure athlete who maybe he had to be coached up on some of the nuances, but they refined Steve. I think it can be done both ways. You can have the raw athletic tools if you're totally wed to the process, but you have to be coached up. But I think ultimately what you're coaching them is feel. And I think Brock clearly, since he's a rookie, he's barely even been in the building for very long. He brought a lot of that feel with him when he came out of Iowa State. So,
but isn't feel a function of experience?
No
How
question.
do you develop feel if you don't play?
Right. Totally. You have to play.
And you have to play.
But I mean,
so
I
all
don't
of a
know
sudden
how
experience
much
is an asset.
I mean, Bill Parcells, Grant, was a believer,
right.
They say, in like you had to have 40 to 45 college
Damn
starts,
right.
And otherwise not interested.
Deal breaker.
That was a belief. That was a belief that you needed a lot of experience.
So he would have liked Brock Purdy. I'm sure Brock Purdy would have satisfied his requirements. I got another quarterback that I like in the Brock Purdy mold. About Max, what's his name? Max Duggan from TCU. I don't know how you pronounce his name.
Duggan.
Duggan.
For Sonny Dykes.
Yeah, Sonny Dykes, dude.
It's crazy.
He's a four-year starter.
He's a good quarterback and he's resourceful. But man, I bet them, and he runs up and down the field, and they get to the goal line, and instead of going quarterback sneak, they go with these slow, delayed handoff, and it got stuffed in the backfield, and they wound up losing the game and costing themselves a chance, probably at the national championship. No, but I mean, he's not the most impressive physical guy. He can run a little bit. He's kind of a gamer, but a lot of people like him. I'd have to watch more of him.
Who is the next Brock Purdy? Who is the next Brock Purdy?
Exactly.
Do you know? It's got to be this guy. No, I don't know.
A lot of people like him. Though.
Is it Dorian Thompson-Robinson? For your starter.
DTR.
For your starter. DTR.
You catch DTR on the wrong day, baby. He'll light you up.
I like DTR. Let me say something about DTR. And I'm just a straight-up UCLA homer who always overvalues UCLA players. He never really had receivers at UCLA. It was him and Charbonnet, and they made plays.
I like Charbonnet.
Maybe if you put DTR on a team like the Niners, you gave him Debo and Ayuk, I bet he'd look good. I'm just saying, I think the Niners should draft a quarterback this year because so far, all of a sudden, they look like they know what they're doing drafting quarterbacks. You can't have enough good young ones.
Draft a quarterback every year.
Yeah, draft a quarterback every year. DTR, baby. He's different than Brock, but he's the same.
I mean,
he's experienced.
I guarantee you this.
You want experience. All of a sudden, you're looking for experience because Brock's poise and all that stuff. I'd like to know what Trey would look like if he had 4 years of college experience. That's the biggest, not tragedy. It's sports, but it's just it sucks. I'd love to know what Trey would be like at 22, 23 if he had been playing the last 7 years. He's had a lot of bad luck.
That's a great question. And how would Trey be if he just played the entire season this year?
Yeah, I'd love to know. Man, it's too bad.